Hey, it's Dot, and in my low-carb kitchen, we're experimenting a little bit. We're making two types of ranch dressing, one with buttermilk and a little bit smoky, the other more mayonnaise and sour cream, but very ketogenic and tasty as heck. All right, for this ranch dressing that I'm making, it actually comes from the Pioneer Woman, although I decided to make it more ketogenic just by switching out a very specific ingredient. And that ingredient is buttermilk. I'm not using buttermilk for this recipe. Now, the other recipe I'm going to show you does include buttermilk, and I've used that for a couple of years now. It is tasty. I enjoy it. But you have to be careful with buttermilk because what you see in the store is all the low-fat kind that's out there. It's also pretty much loaded with milk sugars, which are natural to it, but then again, it increases the carb count significantly. So I don't use a lot of it very often, but I like to use it in ranch dressing for the more traditional ranch, which has buttermilk. So with that, let me give you an idea of what's in this particular recipe and how I'm making it keto. And it's, again, switching out one ingredient. I'm using the olive oil based mayonnaise right here. So I have some full fat sour cream. That's also important. That helps up the fat content. But instead of buttermilk, I'm just going to use some heavy cream. And the nice thing about heavy cream is lots of fat, traces amount of carbs, so it doesn't add anything to the carb count, and it just makes it nice and creamy and thick, which I love. I'm also using flat leaf parsley and dill, which is really, to me, the star of ranch dressing. That dill flavor I just absolutely love. I'm also using fresh chives, which is great. And in this one, it's a concoction of other things that I'm using, and it should make it really interesting and tasty. I'm using a garlic, which that's pretty standard, but I'm using smoked paprika and also a little bit of cayenne pepper and a dash of Tabasco sauce just to give it a little bit of a kick, because why wouldn't I do that? I'm also using apple cider vinegar, a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, and I said that right, I'm very happy, and just some kosher salt. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and get my whole area set up and start working on the garlic, which is why the mortar and pestle are out. All right, normally I would just drop all the ingredients into my blender and just mix it all up, and you certainly can go ahead and do that. But what I'm gonna do instead, and this is just from the recipe that I found, is I'm taking my garlic and putting it in my mortar and pestle, and I'm going to basically mash it up with a little bit of kosher salt. And the idea is to form a paste that will go into your blender. I believe the idea is just gives you much more of a garlicky taste to the actual ranch dressing. So I'm going to go ahead and start mashing this puppy up. There we go. It's starting to break apart. I'm going to go ahead and add some sea salt because that'll help with breaking it apart too. Just a little bit, just a pinch. It's turning into a paste. There's no doubt about that. I still have bits of garlic, no doubt, but it came out into a nice little paste. And my jar scraper, which I mentioned in a previous video, I am just loving this. This is perfect for small little spaces. All right, I have my dill I'm working on. I've already went ahead and just coarsely chopped the chives, and I took off the woody stems from the flat leaf parsley, as you can see right here. So I'm just going ahead and working on the dill right now. If you haven't worked with dill, I used to chop it up, but I found it always damaged it a little bit. So now I just take off. I don't want the real woody part of the stems, so I'm just taking the leaves off that way. And just because it's such a soft plant, I just don't want to bruise it too much. So I'm just sort of pulling off what I need for this. And for this one, I'm going to be using about 2 tablespoons of dill. And like I said, I do love it. And I might add a little bit more depending on the taste. Now, if you don't have fresh herbs, you can certainly use dried herbs. That's not a problem. And the rule of thumb with dried herbs is pretty much thirds, meaning it takes more fresh herbs to equal a very small amount of dried herbs because they're more compact. So I'm using 2 tablespoons of dill for this particular recipe. That means 2 teaspoons of dried dill. So with that, we'll just go ahead and start. I'm going to take this off, bring this a little bit forward. I'm going to go ahead and pretty much, I like to get the mayonnaise in first since I need something a little heavy. And also I find at times with blenders, sometimes the herbs, if you put them in first, they don't always chop the way I want them to. So sour cream is next. Nice big handful of the parsley, chives, dill, smoked paprika, and a pinch of cayenne, a little bit of Worcestershire. I'm using apple cider vinegar, but you can also use white vinegar if you would prefer, if that's what you have. And next up is the heavy cream. I'm saving the Tabasco sauce until I taste everything. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little dash of Tabasco, just 2. And I'm gonna go ahead and finish blending this, and then we'll give it a taste. I'm sure you're looking at your screen and saying, what about the garlic? Well, yeah, I forgot. It's in there now though, trust me. I did put it back in. I recognize what I did. And that's what happens when I have my little mortar and pestle right behind me instead of in front of me like I need it to. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a taste. And as you can see, it has a lovely green color, which is from all the herbs, and it has a few specks. I don't know if you can see that on camera, of the smoked paprika and the cayenne pepper. Oh, this is really good. This is really nice. The garlic, I'm glad I added it. It's just a touch of garlic though. I don't have to add any more salt with that pinch of salt I added to the garlic when I was bashing it, the heck out of it. Wow, it tastes really good. The herbs really stand out in this, especially the dill. A little bit of chive, so they don't really dominate though, which I like. It's just really good. It's nice, creamy, really thick, but not too thick where you can't pour it. So that's nice. And if it does get too thick when it sits in your fridge, then you just add a little bit of water and that'll help cut it to make it a little bit more liquid. The nice thing about this is you can even turn this into a dip. So that's not too hard to do. It's just the amount of liquid that you add to it, which is the cream. What you typically do with a ranch dressing after you make it is it sits in your fridge for at least an hour to let the flavors meld, which I can't imagine what this is going to taste like in an hour. So with that, I'm going to get this in the fridge, I'm going to clean up, and then we're going to get started on the buttermilk ranch dressing. This one is a traditional buttermilk ranch dressing, but it's low carb, no sugars or anything in there other than what is in the buttermilk itself. When you buy buttermilk at the grocery store, you have to be careful because you only get low fat. It's rare that you can find true buttermilk where it isn't low fat, it's actual fat buttermilk. This particular one, Homestead Creamery, is actually local to Virginia, and they sell theirs out of Whole Foods. So I don't know if they do it nationwide or not, but your local dairies might have traditional buttermilk, so you can certainly check into that. Now, you can certainly use what's in the store, but it's not necessarily going to be the same quality as if you go full fat. Now, it does have a lot of carbs in it because of the milk sugars. So this particular one is about 12 carbs for a cup. So that is a lot. I know many are going to go, whoa, but keep in mind, it's a ranch dressing. You're not drinking the entire amount at the same time. You're having a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. That's the serving size. So this still will go a long way, and it's under 2 grams of carbs per serving. So let's put it that way. I'm gonna add the buttermilk, and you're gonna see, yeah, all thick, all creamy, yet delicious. Mayo and sour cream go into this. Using a touch of Dijon mustard, dill, a little bit of chives, flat leaf parsley again. You could also use a tarragon if you like too. I'm using just 1 garlic, smoked paprika, dash of Tabasco. I'm gonna do about 2 pinches of sea salt, fresh ground black pepper. Stopping there, but I may add a little bit more pepper just for taste. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and start mixing this up. You will also wanna scrape down your sides because this is thinner than the first one I made because there's very little mayo and sour cream. Now it smells really good. However, it's a little too liquidy for me. I want it a little more creamier. I still want to be able to pour it onto my dressing, but I don't want it to just scatter all over the place. So all you need to do to thicken it up, the beauty of this is it's not the buttermilk you add the full fat sour cream and either an avocado based or an olive oil based like I'm doing, mayonnaise, and that'll help thicken it up. And it will increase the amount of servings because of how much I'm adding, but at the same time, it won't add to the carb count. And if anything, it probably will reduce it a little bit, very slightly. All right, let's go ahead and give this a try. Now again, you want this to sit in your fridge for about an hour to let the flavors all meld, and just take a little taste. It has a good coating on the spoon, which I like. Yeah, this is a very nice traditional buttermilk ranch dressing. It is smoky because I added the smoked paprika. And you don't have to add that, and you'll take away the smoky flavor to it. But it's very tasty. It's not as creamy as the first one I made, simply because I'm not using a whole lot of mayonnaise and sour cream, and the heavy cream also, when you whip it around, will thicken up too. But the buttermilk is going to thicken up once I put it in the fridge, but I'm still going to be able to use this as a pour dressing that goes on top of a salad. The other one I made, you can pour it, but it's going to thicken up to a point where it's also going to be used more as a dip, which we're going to be using with wings. It's real simple to make the ranch dressings, the recipe below. The other one's more keto. It's really low carb and high in fat. This one is good fat content, but it's also a little higher in carbs. But overall, it still is under 2 grams of carbs per serving. Can't beat that. That's still pretty good for a nice, tasty buttermilk ranch dressing. If you like the video, subscribe, hit the like button. And if you want to know when my videos are coming out, I do post regularly. Go ahead and hit the little bell below the screen, and it'll notify you when my videos come out. So with that, I'll see you next time.